What's up, people? BCHQ Discussion Time episode 51. Shout out to Blunted Alien for your question. This is a long question, so I've got notes I'm going to be looking at. So anyone that catches feelings about me not looking at the camera full stop, you're going to have to get over it because I've got a lot of notes and shit to get through. So I'm just letting you know from the jump. So, battle rap, sport merged with entertainment, confusion. Question. Do all battles count? Do some battles count more than others? Looking specifically at rounds and duration. 1 round limited, 1 round unlimited. 2 rounds, 3 rounds 60 seconds, 3 rounds 90 seconds, 3 rounds 2 minutes, 3 rounds 3 minutes, and 3 rounds over 3 minutes. Alright, so 1 round unlimited. Let's do 1 round limited first. I feel like this is kind of a last minute thing that it should only really happen where it's a 1 round limited thing, unless it's kind of just like a fuck about and it's not really a serious thing, like at a party or something and they just want to have a laugh. I think that's the only really time that you should do 1 round limited. 1 round unlimited, the thing is, where do you stop? Like, how long are you going to go for? If you go a certain amount of time and it's unlimited, and then the other battler goes, even though it's down to their choice how long they go, if they fuck up and shit and the other person's killed it with a performance that's twice as long as theirs, they might catch feelings. That could cause an altercation and shit, and if there's drinking involved, like, you got to think of all that. So unlimited 1 round is a bit of a dodgy, it's a difficult one. You have to, I feel like there has to be some kind of negotiation where you can meet in the middle so that situation doesn't arise. 2 rounds are alright, but if they both kill each round, then you've got a level playing field. You need that 3rd round, so unless that person wins the 2 rounds clear, then it's kind of, I don't really get the point in a 2 round battle. 3 rounds 60 seconds. I think this should be the level for PGs. It's not too long, and it gives them a structure to start with and build their fan base with and shit like that. There's not too much pressure as it's just a minute each round. I think that's a sensible way to go about it, starting off especially. 3 rounds 60 seconds, 3 rounds 90 seconds. I think that's when you've had a few PG battles kind of thing and you step it up a little bit, and branch out to maybe other locations and venues. I think that's the next level. So yeah, I think that's the way you should approach that one. 3 rounds 2 minutes. Again, I feel it's a bit similar to the 90 seconds. Obviously it's a bit longer. I think it's all gradual steps. I don't think as a battler you should do like 3 rounds 2 minutes 1 battle and then go to a fucking 1 round limited sort of. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you have to keep progressing each time, and that way you're not, I feel like you know what to expect because you've done shorter rounds and you know how to structure your rounds better as well and to add on to the longer time limits. 3 rounds 3 minutes. Again, it's a stage. There's steps. Like, I think when you get to this point though, it's kind of getting serious. Like, this is where you're probably doing it as a career or trying to. It's not just a hobby. This is when you're trying to get in the big leagues, and then 3 rounds over 3 minutes. Here's the thing for me with this is, unless it's going to be big names and you've seen them and they've got a backlog of history of being able to kill it over 3 minutes each round, then I think it's a very dangerous tactic to play in battle rap, because you could have someone killing it each round and the other person be flopping, choking, and it's far too long each round. If they're choking at the start of a round, it fucks that whole round up depending on how long the choke is, and if they've got another 2 minutes to do after a choke and shit, it's going to be painful. Like, I think that needs to come into consideration. So I think it has to be like big names. It has to be like URL, King of the Dot for it to work properly. And even then, it needs to be people that have got that backlog that you can say, I've seen them do it before consistently, and they're going to bring it. So format, 2-on-2s, 2-on-1. Alright, 2-on-2s, obviously K-Shine DNA kind of brung that in, made it popular. I think that was cool. It's kind of, I feel like it's taken the decline is coming back now. Like, it was on a peak and now it's calming down a bit. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of 2-on-2s, so I'm not really fussed. I prefer the single battles. So 2-on-1, not a fan of that. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me. Battling on beat, now this I would like to see come in more. It's more of that Scribble Jam, fucking the essence of kind of where it was building up before. Like, you get a lot of battles in the early days that were on beat, so I'd like to see that come back in more. I think that would get a lot of views as well, especially the battle rappers that do music outside of battle rap as well. They kind of have an advantage, and I think they'd come into that and kill it. So I'd like to see more on beat battles. Triple threats, nah, I'm not interested in that. Just like the 2-on-2, like the 2-on-1s for me is kind of the same thing. Intergender battles, this could be, there's a few out there, but I feel that could be an important future in battle rap, like as it just becomes more and more, as it grows more, and it could do a lot for discrimination and sexism and shit like that. I think that's important, that there's more battles that come in like that, whether it will or not, because there's a lot of machoism, if that's a word, in battle rap. Like, a lot of people won't admit it, but they won't want like that stuff. They'll feel uncomfortable about that. Like, you just see a lot of people saying pause and shit when they say something that they think people are going to say, oh, you're homosexual for saying that. Like, why do they even need to feel that they need to justify themselves for saying something? Like, if you're secure about yourself, then it's cool. If you're insecure, you're going to say pause. Like, I say that in one of my lyrics I've just written. Like, if you say insecure after something because you're worried about what someone's going to interpret it as, then that's corny, but that's how people make people feel nowadays, and it's a shame. Freestyle battles, this should come back in as well. Again, it's kind of like Supernatural. Back in them days, they were killing it. Like, I feel that would kind of bring a bit of revive battle rap a bit as well, bring it back to the essence again. Royal Rumble, I kind of like these at times, but I feel like it depends on the rappers you've got in that Royal Rumble. I've seen a few for King of the Dot, and it feels like it's kind of, there's some big names, and then there's people that kind of, it doesn't have that same drive throughout the battle, because there's bigger names, and then there's people that I feel like aren't matching them. So I think it needs to be people on level playing fields with the same, that are at the same level in the same ballpark. So it's a difficult one with Royal Rumbles. Friendly battles, e.g. Charlie Clips versus DNA in the Kaio's basement. Again, this is kind of like, I feel like party vibes and that. Like, if you just want to have a laugh, it's cool to do that. But friendly battlers, yeah, it's not, I don't tune in to see that sort of shit, really. I might watch it if it's not too long, but I ain't tuning in like if it's a Summer Madness or something. League platform, size of the league platform, I guess that's subscribership on YouTube and popularity and reputation. Money available from the platform when they can afford to pay battlers, what venues they can afford, how much they can spend on marketing and promotion, etc. How the battlers perform on the league platform, how well prepared they are, best material, etc. Yeah, again, like, you can't have someone like Uno Lavos who's just fell off, like, proper. This annoys me when you get, like, battlers on YouTube in interviews and that saying, oh, they're not fucking with me, and that's because, like, you're not, I don't want to seem like I'm hating, but there's levels to it. You can't have Uno Lavos versus fucking Disaster. And you can't have people like that in interviews saying, oh, I'm not getting the love shown to me that he's getting. That's because he's a fucking vet in it, and he's like, there's levels to it. You got to realise that. And I'm not just pointing out Uno Lavos. There's fucking like Dot, and there's a load of them that are just, there's levels to it, is what I'm saying. You can't expect to get the same recognition and shit as legends in it when, just because you feel you deserve that. Like, the money is a massive issue in battle rap. Summer Madness has just got cancelled, obviously. Battlers not showing up. They want bread before they're battling. If it was me and I was the owner, I would say, you have to battle and then I'll give you your money. Especially if they got a history of not fucking battlers over and they do get their money. Why are battlers demanding the money before they battle? Like, that's bullshit. And yeah, so they need to be stronger on the battlers and say, I'll pay you once the battle's done. So that needs to happen. Promotion, I'm not really sure how that all works, who does all that shit, so I'm going to leave that. How the battler perform. Again, you can't demand money as a battler. Come up, choke, have Charlie Clips performances recently. I hate saying this about Clips because he was my number one, but I mean, he had a fire battle against Young Cannon, and he weren't too bad against Solomon, but other than that, recently he's been dreadful, like demanding the money, coming in, fucking it up, choking, freestyling too much, relying on his freestyle last minute, and it's just not a good look. So yeah, you gotta be negotiable. If you could be hell of a lot of questions in there, Blunted. Thank you for doing it though. Like, as I said, got one more question to answer after this, I think, and then I'm out again. So put them in the comments, people. I said it before, they're not coming. Put them in the comments, else the discussion time's got to end, and unless I just come up with my own subject. So put them in the comments. Shout out to everyone supporting. They don't want to fuck with the real ones.